Lord.
Okay, these folks are known for cutting. So if you do see scars on the wrist, if you do see scars in between the thighs, if you do see scarring, scarring of any sort of way, you might want to think about an exit plan. Okay.
Hold on. Okay. So if you meet a lovely lady and you're starting to get to know each other and you see scars on her wrists,
Yep.
Slowly back away from the table.
Really, y'all don't know this, y'all in danger. I'm a threat. I'm a gamble with your life, cause you know that it's okay. It's okay. You know I ain't letting up, my foot is on your neck. Yeah. Take my word for it, it's a promise and a threat. Really, y'all don't know this, y'all in danger. I'm a threat. I'm a gamble with your life, cause you know that it's a bet. It's okay. You know I ain't letting up, my foot is on your neck. Yeah. Take my word for it, it's a promise and a threat. I ain't never really wanna flex my gifts, but I think it's my time. Let me check my wrist. You can never dim my shine. I'ma keep on grinding till I reach the tip top.
All right. Borderline personality disorder. All right. And now real quick, what's the easiest way to well, let's go through these and we'll distinguish the differences between these two or three things in a minute. Okay, so go ahead. Let's see. The population prevalence is estimated to, again, 1.6 to 6%.
Yes, indeed. Let me go on ahead and just do a quick recap so the fellows will follow along. Remember, OCPD is somebody who's rigid when it comes to their rules, who are very inflexible, and they go from 0 to 60 at the sort of slightest bit of change. Okay, they have rigid rules for you and rigid rules for other people. These are the people who you might see who may be idealizing a certain type of person with lists, and they have to kind of fit, with these sort of lists, perfectionistic sort of tendencies or whatnot, narcissistic sort of personality disorder folks. Basically, they treat you as though you're a peasant and you have to be blessed by being in their presence. They love to associate themselves with institutions of prestige. They, 9 times out of 10 tell you who they know, or, if, there's a school or a workplace, 9 times out of 10, they're going to tell you that. And the first, would you say, couple of minutes of meeting them. They love material goods to associate themselves with this sort of prestige. It could be cars, it could be social clubs or groups, anything that demonstrates that they're associated with some level of prestige. They may even tell you work titles.
Yeah, they better than you.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you'll see the subtext, and some will try to humbly do it. But if you see these sorts of traits, these are things to kind of say to yourself, take a mental note of as you're dating. This is not to say that some people don't have these sorts of traits to begin with, but if it's a whole lot, then you're probably going to be in for a ride. Okay. If you see more than 2, you're probably going to have problems. Usually 5 or 6 is a solidified diagnosis in the clinical world. But, your average kind of everyday functioning person, if you see more than like 2 to 3, then you're probably going to have problems. I'm just being straight up.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
Borderline.
Borderline. Yep. I got questions after the end. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, because I want to cover these. I want to cover these first because I think this is important.
Okay. Borderline.
My fault.
This right here, you all may really, really, really want to be careful of. Okay. This particular group of folks who have this sort of diagnosis are more prone to impulse to the point to where they will actually do something to kill themselves. Okay, they are very, very keen on.
Can we say delete themselves?
You say, oh, well, yeah, I forgot about that. But
it's all good.
They're very, very keen on the sort of abuse of self to kind of demonstrate a point. Being with someone like this may make you feel as though you're in a sort of hostage situation. Okay, they're caught up with feeling as though they're abandoned. They have attachment issues. Okay, they're really, really, really clingy. They obsess over competition, or real or perceived romantic competition. They see you as somebody who's either an angel or a devil. Okay, and nothing in between. Usually they have issues with self-image. They will sort of try to prod out of you they'll try to prod out of you. You ever have somebody try to fish for compliments over and over and over and over?
Yeah.
And these are the folks who will try to fish for compliments. The sort of impulsivity could, like I said, range from spending, obviously the X word, drugs, reckless driving, binge eating, and self-harming or, suicidal behaviors because, they want to kind of prove a point that, they're worthwhile. Okay. They don't really feel as though the world cares about them. And this is someone who, if you're not necessarily equipped to, you're going to be in for a ride. Okay. There was a question I just seen there.
No, he just said shout out to, he said take heed brothers earlier. And he said shout out to anybody who's been on that idealization, devaluation roller coaster, the love bombing and discarding. And I would imagine then that's followed with the gaslighting and the projection, pretending like it's you the one that's putting them on the roller coaster. And I swear to God, I know there's a lot of dudes caught up in that. So salute to Indigo Flow.
Very, very, very much so. And the love bombing includes the really, really passionate, eggs. You know what I mean? People really say that they're a really good fudge. They're willing to do almost anything, but they use that as currency or leverage to keep you. You can go to the store for like an hour, and there could be the delusion. Delusion, as you all should know, is based on beliefs. Hallucination is sensory, where you see things you don't see, but they'll be of the delusion, the belief that you're cheating on them and that, you're plotting against them to leave them or whatever the case may be, especially when it comes to abandonment issues. When you see, I want to say a thin line between love and hate, and there's a scene where the lady with the oranges, or, the scene when, Martin's in the tub and he's like, Marty Marr should have thought about that, and he's just floating in his own blood.
Yeah,
that right there would actually be an archetype, borderline personality disorder person, possibly with some narcissistic tendencies. She probably co-diagnosed. Okay.
Oof. Lord.
Okay, these folks are known for cutting. So if you do see scars on the wrist, if you do see scars in between the thighs, if you do see scarring, scarring of any sort of way, you might want to think about an exit plan. Okay.
Hold on. Okay. So if you meet a lovely lady and you're starting to get to know each other and you see scars on her wrists,
Yep.
Slowly back away from the table.
Yep. You back away too fast, guess what advantage she has? One, she's a woman. Two, the law. And obviously the lies.
Yes. Yes, 100%. So slowly back away from the table.
Yep, because she'll manufacture conflict.
It's me. You're beautiful. I love you. I just, I don't love you, but like, you're great. I'm just a piece of shit. And I have a homework to do. I gotta go by. We'll cover. Not exactly, but we'll cover that.
Yeah, because these are the type of folks that, if you're not careful, guess what leverage that she's had over you? Who could be used as a weapon other than the police?
I mean, well, she'll probably try to hurt herself, no?
Well, there's that. But what is the worst sort of... Exactly. Solo dolo, you got it. Solo dolo, you got it. Very much so. The love bombing is a twofold thing. Okay? There's, obviously that could be used to leverage or control you. Okay? And then obviously the sort of manufactured conflict that you see where, if they know that you're about to leave, then they create a sort of conflictual situation, knowing that 9 times out of 10 it's going to be more injurious to you than her.
Bro, perfect example of this, of the story we covered the other day where the lady was messing with him, had her mom there, and she was trying to pick a fight with him, picking a fight with him, right? He turned his back like he was ready to go, and she went on ahead, and that's so fast. That's so interesting that you can there's patterns that you can recognize.
Very much so.
Exciting and terrifying all at the same time.
It's sad to say it like this, but I see it almost like I would informally call this parasitic in a way. If you decide to live your life or have the audacity to live your life outside of me, then our lives isn't worth living.
Would you consider this manufactured conflict?
I'm gonna pull up. I'll run your dumb ass over. Somebody come get that bitch. Huh?
You heard me.
What you said?
Why you up there trying to break the window? I break your window.
Just not my car.
I don't give a party.
It ain't in my name.
Driving it, so you responsible.
I'm taking it back today.
I don't give a.
It's a rental.
I don't care.
Move.
I'm gonna take your
Would that be considered manufactured?
Yes. Even the sort of taps, the hitting, it may start off like that just to see how far somebody could go or whatnot. But yes, very much so, because anytime a woman is outside hollering or yelling or whatnot, it's assumed or presumed that somehow, some way, the male is at fault. He's been cheating again. You know what I mean? He's been, been somehow, some way causing this sort of confusion or whatnot. And society kind of rushed to protect these women. And she knows that. That's being manipulative. And of course, some people will even go so far as put themselves in front of a vehicle or behind the vehicle. This
lock
man could
the door.
Exactly. He could be going to work or whatnot. He could just be trying to even retreat from the situation. Okay. A lot of times, domestic violence happen because you actually have the man trying to retreat, and guess who goes to block him?
Yeah. And then she goes the extra mile.
Well, if she blocks him and the guy's like, "Hey, move out of the way," or try to
Remove her.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because again, God, it's no secret why they want you to hit them first, right? Like, we can't be dumb and not recognize when they're like, hit me. See, you won't even hit me. You're not even mad enough, right? Knowing that they're trying to coax you into a situation.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They're trying to bait you into a situation. So, and then what happens is the second you do something, they're like, got him. Anything that happens after this, fair game.
Exactly.
All right.
So there's this sort of comment about fixed delusion. It's obviously the fixed belief on inaccurate interpretation of an external reality despite evidence to the contrary. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put in a link in the chat, okay, just so that you all are able to recognize the sort of dysfunctional thinking when you are interacting with the ladies. Hold tight. Just so that you all can use this as a sort of gauge when interacting with them out there. You would more or less know, like, hey, this person is kind of dysfunctional. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. So let me go ahead and go to the next one here. Okay.
Yeah. So before you do that, let me borderline personality disorder, that seems to be at this point the dangerous one. Other stuff dangerous. Seems to be manageable. You can keep it moving, pushing, and you leave with your life. This one right here,
narcissistic would be a second.
Okay, got you.
Okay,
all right.
Narcissistic. No problem. Yeah, that will be a second. Okay.
Okay.
The only thing about narcissistic is that they're a little more calculated, a little more suave. I would say that they care too much about their damn self to hurt themselves.
Okay, got it.
They're that conceited.
Got it.
They may try to harm you, and they're dangerous to your reputation and stuff like that too. They are. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna break.
They ain't gonna rage.
Got you. They care too much about how good they look and how society's unseen. They actually want to live after the relationship. It's not the end all be all.
They will get endorphins, at a sort of, excuse my French here, orgasmic level, actually seeing the sort of fire that they light and seeing the whole house burn down.
Damn.
That's what a narcissist will do. Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody who, experiences borderline, they are more than likely to say, you know what? I don't care who you are. I'm going to burn this sort of house down with you in it because you're not going to leave me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Great. Absolute great distinction.
And borderline is more than likely to be a person who calls and hangs up, the one that stalks you, the one that would go to your parents and say one thing and you to say another. Narcissists are fairly consistent. Borderlines like to split people. Okay.
Got you. Okay.
Telling people different things. Okay. To try to conceal. All right.
Got you. So they're one way with you, and then one way with kind of the masses and so on.
Yep. Now, narcissists, they are people who see people as proxies. These are the people who are more than likely to manipulate others into hating you. You will see this
character assassination.
Character assassination. This is the type of person who would, gossip to your mother, to your sister, okay, to your coworkers, to your neighbors, everybody around you. The aim of the narcissist is to alienate you.
Got you.
Okay.
Because it's like alienate you so that they can manipulate and move you without external forces being able to, whisper in there. They got to kind of
Intervene.
control the playing field essentially.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
Watch who this person doesn't like. Okay, and I would say for all of these here, watch people in your life and do not take the side of anybody. Look at things for the facts. That's one of the best ways to kind of root out any of these folks here, because they're very, very crafty. They're very, very manipulative or whatnot. And so hearing out things from your best friend, hearing things out from your family members or co-workers, giving things equal weight as you have the critical thinking tools to do so. Being clouded in your own judgment by giving somebody weight because acquaintanceship may put you in a bad situation.
Got you.
All right.
Okay, cool. All right, let's see. What do we got here?